I know my lighting is weird. Looks like a little spooky video, like ooh. Even though Halloween is coming up, so a little spooky study video. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. 여러분 안녕하세요. 안녕 여러분, 오랜만이에요. 그렇지? It's been a while, you guys, since I have made a sit down video. Ignore the light. You know, sometimes the light in my room wants to be a little annoying, and today is one of those days apparently. This video is going to be tips for restarting your language learning after a break, a long break or just a break in general. And I thought this would be the perfect video to film because here on me, I have taken quite a bit of a break in regards to studying Korean. I was trying to figure out how to like study all of my languages at one time, and I thought I had it down, but with my job, my procrastination, and sometimes just my lack of motivation, it just makes it hard, or it made it hard. So I took a break from learning Korean. I feel like this video is more for me, but you're just like witness to it, okay? So I have my notes here, by the way. So the disclaimer I wanted to give out was it's totally okay to take a break from learning, from language learning. Pushing yourself too much can result in you not wanting to even continue learning the language. So don't freak out for breaks. Yeah? Cool? Great? Yes. Okay, so the first tip that I would say, or that I have, is to surround yourself with that language when you feel like you are wanting to start studying again. So what I've been doing is slowly but surely incorporating Korean entertainment back into my life. I haven't really listened to K-pop anymore. I have like the songs on my phone, and that's what I would listen to, like a little bit of chatty, a little bit of Junghoon, Loco, Mamamoo, like etc. And I'll be like, oh, feel. I started watching the Uncanny Counter, the second one. For me personally, once I hear the language again, it will involuntarily make me want to start studying again. I don't know why, but for me that's just how it is. The next thing I would say is to start from the beginning but go fast, but I think that depends on where you're at, like within your learning journey. Oh, and I feel like this also depends on how long your break is in general. So if you stop studying for like 2 weeks or something, I personally wouldn't go back like from the very beginning of like your learning journey to review all that again. But if you have stopped studying for like months, I would say most definitely, and depending on how much you remember, like, you know, just briefly go towards like the beginning, like, you know, just make sure you remember the alphabet and the basic phrases and like all that stuff, you know. Yeah. Sorry, side note, disclaimer, that's one thing that was actually holding me back on my language journey, because if I would stop studying for like a few days, I felt like I had to go all the way to the beginning of reviewing like 이에요, 예요, 안녕하세요, 반갑습니다, 잘 먹겠습니다, 이름이 뭐예요? Like, I feel like I had to go all the way back to all of that, and that's not necessarily true. I wasn't progressing with my journey because I kept on going back every like 3 days to review what I already knew. I know, don't be like your 언니. I tell you guys this all the time. Be better than me. Another tip that I would say is to focus on building your vocabulary. I always stress the importance of vocabulary. Like, please grow your vocabulary bank. And there's so many different ways to build up that bank. Yes, you can always buy books. You guys always know I recommend My First 500 Korean Words by Talk to Me in Korean. It's a great book, and I think there's actually a second one too if you do finish that one. Maybe I'll give that book away. Side note, again, I did not forget, I am still going to do a giveaway because we reached 1,000+ subscribers. But I was trying to decide. I know I want it to be like a study basket, like a study like a thing to help you guys study, and maybe I'll add that book in there as well. So it's probably gonna be like a grammar book, that book, and like some other like little stuff. I haven't forgotten. Once I have it all planned out, I will definitely give you guys all the details. So make sure you're subscribed, and you know, make sure you're keeping an ear out. Yeah, if you're unable to purchase that book, again, you don't need, for any language, you don't need books necessarily, especially now with the growing power, I don't know, with the growing of YouTube and just the internet in general. There's so many free resources regarding language learning. Yes, after coming back from a break, most definitely build your vocabulary bank. The next thing I would say is try a different study method when you come back from your break. Yes, some of us thrive on change and some of us don't thrive with change. Me personally, it depends, but with my language learning, I can thrive with change, because especially if something wasn't working for me in the beginning. For me personally, structure is best for me. For some languages, I need structure. I need people to tell me, okay, today we're gonna learn this, tomorrow we're gonna learn this, you have to write me an essay, you have to blah blah blah. Like holding me accountable of things to do. I thrive well in that vibe. But essentially, just change your study methods. If you normally use books, maybe use YouTube. If you normally do YouTube, and if you can afford to, try books or try howtostudykorean.com. One thing that I would say is, well, it's like a two-parter. The first part is to make short-term goals for yourself. As we know, a lot of us love to make the long language learning goals. I have done one as well, and those are great, and it keeps you, you know, motivated for the most part. But I think short-term goals are a little bit better, and you don't feel so overwhelmed. At least for me, I'll speak for myself, me personally, because the long-term goals were really ambitious, sometimes too ambitious. I try to be like honest with myself. There might be like one goal where I'm just like in la la land, and I'm like, I'm going to be fluent in Italian by the end of the year, and it's like, we love the ambition, but probably not. A short-term goal could be, for Korean, I will be able to sing this one line of this song by the end of the week. That may seem like really short, or like a really small goal, like, really, girl? Short-term goals are a little bit it's just easier to stomach when you're returning back to a language. The part two of that, I guess, is to reward yourself after you hit that short-term goal. You can reward yourself with whatever you want it to be. This is a goal, or not a goal, I don't know, a baby tip, a tiny tip, a little tip. Avoid studying for long periods of time when you first come back to that language, because for me, whenever I come back to a language, I'm like, okay, I'm back, she's motivated. Bonk. So then I'll be like, okay, so I have to study for 3 hours because I have to make up all the time that I didn't study. That's not true. Don't do that. If anything, you're going to burn yourself out once again, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this was not fun. A 30-minute studying lesson, if you are truly focused, motivated, eyes locked, brain on, is way more beneficial than a 3-hour studying session where you're barely even paying attention, or you keep on taking breaks, or you keep on like That brings me to my last point, which is maybe consider learning a new language. Yeah, sometimes we think we want to learn something, but we actually don't want to learn it. We want to learn it because of, you can insert a reason. If you personally do not have a true desire, you will always need breaks with the language. You're never going to be happy or fulfilled learning about it if you truly don't desire to know more about the language. Does that make sense? So there's times where I'm like, I think I'm done with Korean. It's been fun, but it's too hard. I don't really it's just, I'm not grasping onto it. So then I think about, okay, well maybe I should just stop learning it, and I'll take what I know and just but then I have such a deep love for Korean culture. I don't know why. I don't don't know why the Lord gave me such a deep like love for Korean culture, but my break can be like a million years long. And in my head I'm like, this is it, we did it, we're done. Or I'll just hear the language, or I would just, I don't know, something so like minute, and then I'm just like, oh my gosh, I love this. And it brings me back. Like, me and Korean probably will never break up. We're gonna be together forever. Well, okay, you can ask yourself this. If you're doing this language, right, and you're like, I'm not having fun, I'm not connecting with this language anymore, you can ask yourself why. It's like on a like therapy moment. I feel like, well, I don't know. I was gonna say, I feel like with language learning, there has to be more of a reason than like, I just want to learn it. But that's not necessarily true, I guess. But I know a lot of people, like polyglots, they learn it because they want to be a polyglot. Being a polyglot is their main reason. So that's why they endure all of the hard times. So when it comes to learning languages, all in all, take the pressure off of yourself. Please and thank you. I tell myself that too. Trust me, again, this video is for both of us, okay? 잘했어. Hope you guys enjoyed it. 여러분 봐주셔서 감사합니다. And also, subscribe. You guys have been, I can't even judge you because you guys have been subscribing, and I love that. I love you so much. Yeah. I know I'm awkward. Thank you guys for being here, for subscribing. Hello to anyone new here. Okay, I'm done. I got a cuute. It's so good. Don't mind me speaking in different accents. I don't know why I've been doing that so much. I don't even know what accent that is, but she's here.